got a job at an ice cream parlor. The rules are strange. I walked into Andy's Ice Cream after seeing a help wanted sign. The owner, Tina, was a short, older lady with very blonde hair who smiled way too much. Within 5 minutes of filling out an application, she hired me as night manager. No background check, just young man, you're hired. Before I could process that, a tall, pale man in a suit walked out. He looked like a vampire. Gray eyes, long, dark fingernails, and skin so white you could see every vein. Hello, Sammy. My name is Mr. Andes. I'm your new boss, he said in a deep voice. His handshake was ice cold. Something felt wrong, but I needed money. My 18th birthday was months away. Can you start tomorrow night, he asked. When I agreed, he insisted I try their ice cream. Suddenly, he was handing me a perfect cone of chocolate with white chocolate flakes, my exact favorite. The moment I tasted it, all my anxiety disappeared. That feeling you have, that's love and care. That recipe has been in my family for generations, Mr. Andes said. When I walked outside, we looked back to see Mr. Andes staring at us through the window with the creepiest smile. The next night, I showed up for my first shift. Tina trained me, then disappeared before I could ask why. She'd said, the first night is always the hardest. During a break, I heard the back door close. On the desk was a single piece of paper with 5 rules. The phone rang. Hello, Sammy. It's Mr. Andes. The rules I left must be followed no matter what. You will experience things tonight that may change your outlook on life. I will pay you handsomely if you stay. What do you mean? I asked. Read the rules, Sammy, and follow them, he said before hanging up. I grabbed the paper. Rule 1. Do not leave the store for any reason during your shift. Rule 2. At 12 a.m., make sure the strawberry ice cream is fully stocked for Kathy. Rule 3. Every hour on the hour, go to the freezer, knock 3 times, and walk back to the front. Rule 4. All customers are welcome. Rule 5. Do not make eye contact with the man in black. He will enter and ask you questions. You must answer while looking at the floor. At 11 p.m., I knocked on the freezer 3 times. Nothing happened. A man and his young son walked in looking sad and roughed up. I'd like vanilla cones for my son and me, the father said. I turned to grab cones, then spun back to ask about toppings. They had vanished. At midnight, I stocked the strawberry ice cream. When I looked back, a woman in a white gown stood at the register, face hidden under long black hair. Who are you? She interrupted when I tried to greet her. My name is Samuel, ma'am. I was just hired. Her hair shifted, revealing a pale bluish face with rotted teeth and black eyes. Get my strawberry ice cream, little boy, or tonight will be your last. I made her the cone. She grabbed my wrist with a freezing grip, pulled me close, and whispered, thank you. Her breath smelled like death. Then she vanished. I collapsed to the floor. The next few hours were quiet as I kept knocking on the freezer every hour. At 3:30 a.m., the lights flickered. The crickets outside went silent. A man dressed in black appeared. I lowered my eyes and stared at the floor. Complete silence. Then a low growl rumbled from his chest, followed by sounds like cracking bones coming from his mouth. I felt him hovering directly over me. A new face. How lovely, the man said in a dark, demonic voice. Do you value your life and the life of your Aunt Nellie? My eyes widened. He knew my aunt's name without me saying a word. Yes, I value both of our lives, I said through tears. Would you give your life for hers? He asked. Yes, I would. Silence. Then I felt him back away. The door opened and closed. Through my peripheral vision, I saw him floating past the windows before vanishing. I glanced at the clock. 4:01 a.m. When I turned toward the back, the freezer door was wide open. Heart pounding, I sprinted to it, slammed it shut, and knocked 3 times. This time, something knocked back, harder than I had knocked. The sound was deafening. I ran to the phone and called Mr. Andes, telling him everything. Relax, he said calmly. Go grab the book next to the printer and recite the first sentence on the first page. I found the book and read aloud some strange phrase I didn't understand. The knocking stopped instantly. Everything went calm. At 5 a.m., Betty from morning shift walked in. Hey, you must be Samuel. How was your first night? Betty, do you have rules for your shift, like knocking on the freezer or not looking at the man in black? Rules? She asked, confused. What rules? Right before I left, the phone rang. Mr. Andes, I'm happy you made it through the night. If you stay, I'll pay you $500 a night. I froze. $500 a night. I'll be back, I said.